that has nothing to do with it. It has to do with, I think that you start the game out where you miss wide open layups, 3 of them. You miss 1-and-1s, and you see your guys we know our guys. And when you see it in their face, they're getting tentative, and then they get hesitant, and then they don't work. And even when we have some pretty good looks at it, and they don't go down, which that's part of the game. But the ones that hurt are when you have great execution, get a pass to the rim and you don't finish it there, you get fouled, the 1-and-1s hurt. But let's give Wisconsin a lot of credit. I thought they were terrific. They could have beat a bunch of people today. They played great. I thought defensively we were trying to grind it with them, and they run good offense. But our offense can't. I mean, right now we're not very good because we're not making shots. I mean, our guards they're starting the backcourt, and the 3 guys on the perimeter are 5 for 27, and our front line goes 5 for 7. And all we have talked about is playing inside out. But with that said, I think Wisconsin did a good job pushing hard, playing good hard post defense where we were just trying to force it in there as opposed to continue to move within the offense and see what would happen. And then you see somebody that thinks they've got to go do something, and they end up embarrassing themselves by throwing the ball here, throwing it there, all over the place. And it gets back to, I realize that we've got a bunch of guys that are older that are playing different roles. Some of the younger guys are going through this for the first time, and all this is new for them. But the fact is, we've got to get better guard play to make our offense work the way we want it to. We've got to get better decisions to make our guards.
Mike Grant.
You mentioned being able to see it on their faces. How do you coach that out of a team like this?
Well, you try a couple things. You try to hit them right between the eyes, and then you try to encourage them, but then you just try to push every button you can to get them in, and you know the guys, and when it's affecting them too. I mean, we come right out of a timeout, and it looks like certain guys are just simply stuck in mud because they don't let it go, and not their mistakes. And again, we're going to make mistakes. That's not a problem. But I do think when guys miss wide open layups, wide open shots, I do think it affects them. But to be mentally tough, you've got to let it go. That's part of it. Even though you want those plays, and obviously we don't have the same margin of error that we've had in the past, and then it kind of just snowballs on you. And it just snowballs. But the way we came out of it, again, I know these guys are going to compete and try to play hard, but their decision making's got to get tenfold better. It's got to. And we just can't turn it over the way we turn it over.
Is there more to improving guard play than just the decision making? Is it what else has to happen there?
Well, I think we got some guys. I mean, you got to admire Ticket. I mean, he comes out, he's going to play. We need that from Jordan Bowden. I mean, what did he go today? I mean, he was what was it? I can't read it right here, but
7 points.
yeah. But what was he from? 2 for 12. That's a high number, and whether he's pressing or what. But we need again, we need to drive the ball. Son Josiah's got to get more of a scoring mentality when he's open to shoot the ball as opposed to driving in and throwing a pass and putting the guy in a tough situation. Josiah has the ability to go in and dunk the ball with guys, and he's got to create that mindset. So to answer your question, yeah, I still think we've got to continue to coach guys to help them with their. These guys are freshmen, some of them, and they're going to learn. I mean, that's part of the process. But we need each other. That's what we need as a team. But we need to take care of the basketball and understand the importance of taking care of the ball.
Questions?
Rick, Josiah's struggles maybe be as a result of just overthinking out there. His first game was like the full-time point guard.
Is he what?
Could his struggles today be a result of just overthinking in his first game as a full-time?
Well, I think any freshman that struggles is understanding this a totally different game than they've ever played. I think that's a big part of being a freshman in college, and especially when you're playing with as many freshmen as you're playing with at times. But now, I mean, think about it, he tried to throw a 55-foot pass at the rim, hit the rim, and I mean, I haven't seen that since he's been here. I haven't seen Jordan Bowden drive down the floor and throw the ball out of bounds. But again, that's guys that are doing things out of character. Then you got to ask the question: do they care? I know they care. But it goes back to they've got to understand where we are in the game and the importance of staying together as a team. And I think his struggles are when he gets away from the team concept. And he's not doing it on purpose, I'm telling you. It's just that it's a whole lot different than he's ever faced before. And but what he was thinking on that pass, I can't tell you. What Jordan Bell was thinking on that pass, I can't tell you. I can't tell you what Devontae's thinking when he drives and tries to throw his body into a guy that weighs 100 pounds more than me. I don't, other than, guys are trying to do things right at that point in time that they shouldn't be doing.
Coach, you scored 47 2 weeks ago, 48 today. How concerned are you with it?
Well, I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I mean, again, but you know what? We're a better team than what we're going to free throw line. 10 for 19. And I'm going to tell you, those free throws early in the game were huge. Those are huge because, again, you got a guy on the line that normally shoots the ball pretty well. And then he came back, he hit a three, then the next one he shot, he wasn't even close. We know him, and it's like he guided it. But that's where we settle as opposed to really understanding how to work the game of basketball. And it goes, again, I don't have a problem with us shooting threes, but I have a problem that we don't understand how they're supposed to come. And but again, I do realize that Polkey, and Bowden are in roles they've never been in before, and they're going to have to learn to deal with it. And it is what it is. And I have confidence in all of them because I've been around them, and I expect us to learn from this. But again, I don't think we can underestimate how well Wisconsin played. They played really well. They played really good basketball.
Why was Devontae the choice to be the fifth starter, and what did he do today that could keep him in that role?
Well, normally defensively, I told you guys the other day, normally the defensive side is going to take care of who starts there. And again, there's not much divide between he and Jalen. Again, we'd like to see Drew Pember be able to help us some, but he's going to have to get more physical. He's going to have to guard better. As I'd say the same thing about Jalen and T. They're all learning. I mean, Jalen should be further along on that part of it. Like he gave up a big three at a critical time today where they ran a little rescreen action, and we talked about that numerous times during our scouting report. But again, I think that with those guys, we'll play who the hot hand is.
Gene, finish up with Gene, then Grant.
You'd already talked about Jalen some. I mean, obviously his defensive struggles are pretty well documented, but he do some things offensively in the second half. I mean, it's been a while since he's made a couple shots.
Yeah, and again, we think he can do that. When he takes good shots, we think he can do that. We really do. And if Jalen can really get it the way we need him to, because we're doing a lot of switching. We're doing that. And if he can get that, I don't think there's any question he'll play more.
Did you have a chance to talk with Santiago after you got here today and kind of does the struggling guard play accelerate anything there?
Well, he came in while we were in our pregame meal, and I don't think there's any question he wants to play, and the good Lord's looking out for us. We got a week off here to get a lot of things worked through, not just physically, but mentally, and see what, how long, again, how much he can do or how long it takes him, we don't know, but I do think he wants to play.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.